Hi, Dr. Scott McCarron. Was on a little bit of a trip, so sorry if I missed a week or so. I want to talk about the word chaos. It shows up in theology, the way people act, things like that. And it's actually, one of the things I found interesting when I studied in college was it's not actually chaos in the way that I think of it. Like, chaos is like people fighting and just there's no order. But the word didn't mean no order or disorder. It meant like before order. Like in the theory behind the Big Bang, where all this energy was compressed down. It was so compressed, and people say, how do you get all that matter in there? Well, at that level of compression, there's no matter. There's no order. It's all just, there's just some big energy there. And then it comes flying out into the world and starts creating this universe. That's if you go for the Big Bang theory, because it's not necessarily true that all Big Bang people think that the world was like, the universe was compressed this whole thing and blew out. It's just they look out there and everything's running away from each other. There's no real center. And they really can't find an edge of the universe because after a while, our meters that we measure things with can't see that far. And there's also, a lot of the stuff they're looking at with telescopes, they're looking at the light and it's from, billions of years ago and it's just finally arriving. But as fast as the planets are flying apart and the stars are flying apart, they're going so fast that they're going fast enough that their light will never get here. Or I believe that's what I read, but we'll never see it. So we don't even know if there's an edge of the universe. Then you also have the steady state theory where it's always been here and always will be here. And this idea that there's a beginning and an end is not accurate. But I just find it interesting because a lot of us, even if you have a bunch of, what do you call those mosh pits and people are jumping in there and moshing around and I'm in chaos, I'm in disorder, your rules don't apply. And yet the mere fact that you're thinking about those thoughts means you're thinking within those thoughts. Thoughts are a way of ordering the universe. So this idea of disorder is really, it's more than chaos. It shows up in music. You have scales there's, who is it? I can't remember the name. Back in the 60s and 70s, they were really practicing with breaking down the structures of classical music and the Ionian and the Dorian scale. It's in pop and rock music. And just playing all the notes, so you're getting this entertaining in its own little way if you're into the theory of it, but you're not going to sit there and dance to it. So it's really interesting. And, the Bible talks about there being no form or shape, and then God says, let there be light, and all this stuff happens. And a lot of Hindu and a lot of Oriental thoughts talk about coming forth from nothingness and nothing. So it's this whole idea has been around for a long time. And I think it's important because most of us are running around chasing these ideas and thoughts in order that are just kind of invented and made up. And maybe what we need to look at is chaos. Not being chaotic, but what is this before order thing? I read one where, it's the whole everything comes forth from the void. That's the void. You also have that interesting thing in we've looked out there. I can't think of the name of the void, but it's just this massive light years and light years across of there's no stars there. Instead of everything being evenly distributed, everything's in like clumps in these massive voids. And I get the idea sometimes that we're studying all these, all this science and coming up with it, and I think our minds and our spirits want to come here and like make up great explanations. And maybe this place was just designed to have endless like things to look at to try and explain, but also distract us from getting back to the void. It's an interesting idea. Anyway, that's that. Thank you very much.